What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, Permanent Pile of Laundry in the background. Today is day 13, actually. I've got some housekeeping to do. Yesterday, day 12, what would have been the halfway point of the podcast Christmas Advent Calendar, the Brew Crew podcast Christmas Advent Calendar, I was so graciously gifted a flat tire on the way home from work. So that ate up most of my evening last night, and I could not afford the spare time to do yesterday's beer. So in the spirit of moving right along, I am doing a double feature. This will be a first double feature, Brew Crew double feature, at least if I'm not mistaken for me. I know a handful of times I might have done some camera magic and done multiple episodes in a day, but never a true to form double feature. So that's exciting, maybe. Starting off yesterday's beer, we have Third Eye Brewing Company, a repeat, the first repeat of the year. On occasion, we have that happen. This one is Untapped Potential. This is a Kolsch, and 5%, 24 IBUs, baby 12-ounce can. It's won gold in the 2020, 21, and 22 Ohio Brewers Cups. Best in show in 2020. So that's promising. And I've got, I was getting emails and text messages from Chunkle Mark and my father, Chuckle Stev's dad, wondering where my video was. So that hopefully clears up the confusion. Yes, I was, so graciously awarded a flat tire yesterday after work on the way home. Just the perks of working in construction. I love it. But without further ado, we'll get into the crack. 3, 2, 1. And I'm not doing it any service by completely covering it with my hand while on video, but it's a Kolsch. Let's see what it's like. Smells Kolshy. Tastes Kolshy. Truly, a Kolsch isn't something that I don't want to say ever eager to get into. It's up there with a Hefeweizen is probably my least favorite type of beer, mostly because of just how banana-y it is. Love bananas. Like, to eat bananas, that's cool. But drinking banana-flavored anything, or just banana-flavored anything, not my thing. It's crisp. It's yeasty, I think. It tastes like a Kolsch, dude. 5%, not abrasive or anything. I'm not really gonna linger on this one too much, just purely because we've already talked about Third Eye. We've already, I'm not a huge fan of Kolsch's, so I'm not gonna, be enamored with them. It's easy to drink, so that's a plus. Truthfully, I'm dying. Went down the wrong pipe, sorry. I can't wait for somebody to screenshot that reaction face. That'll be very nice. Award-winning Kolsch from Third Eye Brewing Company. I give this a 3.0. It's not something that I'm going to ever crave. I don't want to say it's forgettable per se, but just not something that I will only remember it when I look back fondly on the Advent calendar. And without further ado, getting into the previous reviews, yesterday's reviews, if you will. I've got Juggalo Stev's Dad coming in first. Untapped Potential, Third Eye Brewing Co. Description on can: crisp, delicate, and extremely drinkable. Words I wouldn't use to describe this beer. For some reason, this beer hits me all wrong. Weird, bitter, or sour taste to me. Parentheses, maybe the yeast coming through, question mark? Maybe if this beer was chilled ice cold, could maybe make a difference. Beer was merely basement temp, not refrigerated. This might be a pour out for me. 0.5. Wow. Also sounding off for Chuggalo's stepmom. 5 pukey faces. Quote, oh God, no. So that's cool. That's always exciting to hear when you're talking about drinking beer. Very very burpy after this one too. I am, at least. And then quickly following up with Chunkle Mark's review. Today's beer is the second Advent offering from Third Eye Brewery, if I'm not mistaken. A little number called Untapped Potential, which is a great name for a brew. It's a Kolsch with 2 dots over the O, which the Googles informs me is a refreshing style of beer that stands out for its crisp drinkability and exceptional balance of malt and fruit flavors, and traces its origins to the year 1874 in Cologne, Germany. Also a history lesson. Very cool. I'm chugging this one from a drinking glass I purchased at the Hard Rock Cafe in Reykjavik, I think is how you pronounce it. Reykjavik, Iceland. Also including a picture of what I can only assume is the Hard Rock Cafe in Iceland. Lending a true international scope to this experience. Verdict: pretty fucking good. Kinda hoppy / bitter, which I like, with just a little bit of fruitiness, which I don't mind. I'll give this one a 4.25. I remain wistful for that one special brew that I can give a 5.0. Fingers crossed. Cheers, Chunkle Mark. So that's pretty cool. Very, very across the board with this one. A 0.5 from Chuggalo Stev's Dad. We could all kind of just assume Chuggalo Stepmom isn't going to be a fan of most beers. But again, 5 pukey phases. A 3.0 from me. And then a 4.25 from Chunkle Mark. And without making you sit here and watch me just finish the other beer, I'm going to get into the secondary portion of this video. Today's beer, the 13th of December's beer, and this one is very reflective. Let me understand this. This is Maplewood Brewing Co. Brownie Points. Now, Maplewood is from Chicago, Illinois. Pretty okay can. Got a big M. I can only assume that's an M on the side. M. Maybe a W. Maplewood. Kind of clever. A little gnome character smoking a pipe kind of individual. And then it's like, well, just kind of nondescript trees on there. Pretty okay. This is a brown ale with vanilla. And 5.7%. La-di-da. Just because I want to, maintain the habit of making sure things are properly mixed. Just a little roll. 5.7. Maplewood Brownie Points. Boom! I'm hoping my palate isn't completely nuked from the Kolsch, and I doubt it will be. So that's why I didn't think to bring a glass of water for this. Okay. Definitely a brown ale. Almost nutty, very malt forward. Not terribly sweet. Smells pretty standard, I guess you'd say. I get kind of a sweetness to it, but it's not like maybe as I'm sitting here breathing it out on the exhale, I maybe get a little bit more vanilla, not like an abundance of it. It's good. I don't want to say I dislike brown ales, um, but I would rather just have a porter or a stout. Um, these are, to me at least, brown ales are typically just like thinner equivalents to these things, so they just don't have that kind of like punch, or they're just not as weighty as they I would expect them to be or want them to be maybe. Um, it's all right. It's a brown ale, kind of sweet, maybe vanilla. So I mean, it says it's doing what it says. So that's the minimum. That's the bar. You know, they have whelmed me. I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I am whelmed. Um, and you know, in an effort to keep this suspense building, how about I read the other reviews for today first before I give my own review. Starting off with Chunkle Mark this time, purely because it's just, you know, I'm on my email. I'll switch to my messages back here in a minute. Pardon. Alright. When I saw another brown beer on the schedule, I got a sad. Fully expecting the second pour out of this Advent season, I reluctantly drank just to be a good sport. Verdict. On the one hand, it doesn't make me want to retch, which is rare for a brown beer. On the other hand, while it doesn't taste bad exactly, it also doesn't taste like, well, much of anything. Subtly brown, I guess, might describe it. A little more taste upon repeated swallows, but not much. In any case, not awful, but I'm not really impressed either. Not a pour out, but at the same time, nothing to write home about, as the old saying goes. This one gets a 2.5 meh, but not super meh. And that's a very apt description, I would say. And quickly finding Chuggalo Stev's dad. Alright. Maplewood brownie points. Not getting any vanilla, but I am picking up an odd taste. Perhaps that is just what a brown ale tastes like. I haven't drank many brown ales in my day. Chuggalo Stev's dad gives it a 2.0. And then Chuggalo Stepmom, a 1 heart eyes emoji. That's a... I don't know how many heart eyes is good, but I know it's better than a pukey face. So we at least have that. It's better than a pukey face. But in an effort to give my score, I'm going to go a 3.0, and that's back to backs. You know, I don't think my memory is that bad. I had to really consider what the hell I gave the first beer. So that's 2 threes across the board. I don't know. It's just a Kolsch just isn't my biggest desire, and a brown ale is just that. It's kind of just, you know, like the brown note. So it's all right, you know. But this is definitely better for the time of year. Yeah, 3.0 on this one as well. As always, thanks for watching, Chuggalos. Apologies for missing out on yesterday's video, but you get a double feature, so that's pretty exciting. Got some also really exciting things going on this weekend, so keep your eye out for that. Do the YouTube things. Subscribe subscribe and put the notification on and do the other ones. I don't have it in me to beg for likes and subscriptions. I'm sorry. If you enjoy it, that's great. I hope you do. I'm enjoying it. Bye.